Where Hawaii Eats is brought to you by the Honolulu Star Advertisers Dining Out, Cisco Hawaii, Outrigger Hotels and Resorts, Gather Federal Credit Union, Royal Sonesta Kauai Resort, JN Automotive Group, Kauai Visitors Bureau, and Red Knot Hawaii. Welcome to Where Hawaii Eats. We're in the heart of Kaloa town. And joining me today is Dan O'Connell, the owner of the Tasting Room and the Wine Shop. It's a cute little neighborhood wine bar and store.
Wine bar and store.
And
definitely.
You have about, I would say, a significant amount of items that you can't necessarily buy elsewhere.
Correct, and that goes kind of with everything from wines to great homemade items, which we love to promote here on Kauai. So we just like to support our local economy as much as we can. They supported us in the last 2 years, so it's give back time, and the more we can help our local people, the better off everybody is. And we have some great times.
So the wine shop was actually started first, and that was
correct.
back in 2003, 2006.
12/12 of 06.
12/12 of 06.
Just before the economy went like this. It was interesting, but we knew what we wanted to do, and everybody supported us.
What I love about that, when we're walking through, there's so many unique things that make it a place to come, because if you want that perfect gift for somebody that's so hard to buy for, or something that you want to give to somebody that's having a celebration, you have pretty much everything under the sun that they can want.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of the idea that we wanted to start when we, opened up the place. We wanted to make a mainland feel for our local people to come and do things like that. I mean, I wanted it to be like you walking into somebody's wine room. And then we incorporated a lot more local products to go in there, and then hard to find things like, truffles and different pastas that you wouldn't find in any of the grocery stores over here. And this is Kauai. We're a little limited on our facilities on where we can get good stuff. But yeah, right there you're holding a great.
This is an Italian pasta that you
My wife finds it, and we bring it in all the way from Italy. We got some great guys, and people just appreciate stuff like that because they don't see it anywhere else.
And from your olive oils to your mustard. So this mustard here, this is a Kauai mustard that's actually made here as well.
Yep, right here. Rick brings it in every week. Comes in here with his bags of goodies, and we buy it and take care of it for him. It's a horseradish mustard. Yep. He also makes a mango. He makes a sweet mustard, and then he makes a little 3-pack for our gift baskets that we make here too.
This cookie, it's a Lilikoi crisp cookie at Co Bakery, and that's here.
That's in Puhi. They make it right in Puhi. Morris and his guys are amazing. They start off, they do hulu baby biscotti, they do cookies, and they also have a little place in Puhi where you can get a cup of coffee and enjoy more. They make great cakes too. Oh my gosh.
This story I love. This is a small little roaster here on Kauai.
Yep. All right, the couple that makes Kauai Roastery, well, he was the master roaster for a big coffee concern over here on Kauai, and he decided that it was enough bureaucracy. I mean, this is Kauai, enough of the big corporate type of roastery.
He just wanted to do his own.
He wanted to do his own thing. Yeah, so he said, hey, I can do this too, and I'm pretty good at it. I'm a master roaster, so he took it on himself. Kauai is the entrepreneurial island. I mean, we all strive for doing things ourselves. Not that we know we can do it better. We just like to try, and we have a lot of resources here on the island that just make it easy to do it.
This must be really good.
Oh, it is. It's a phenomenon. He does beans and roasted. I mean, ground coffee.
And then this is also something that you picked that you wanted to share. This is a chocolatier coffee maker or chocolate maker here. Yeah.
Well, here's the story on Les. Les was an organic coffee farmer 25 years ago, maybe 30 now, on the Big Island. And he decided to give up the Big Island, and he came to Kauai to just grow coffee. And he just started growing more and more things. He does tobacco, he does chocolate, he makes great cigars, he does local honey. But this This chocolate is so different than any other chocolate I've ever done. I mean, it is not the kind where you break open a piece of chocolate and munch it down. This is the type of chocolate where you stick it on the roof of your mouth and just let it sit there and just enjoy the layers of flavor. I mean, chocolate is an amazing thing, and we grow a lot of chocolate over here, but I've never seen anyone do it like Blair Estates does. And it's aged 3 years before it's even made.
And this isn't cheap either.
Oh God, no! It's a $20 bar of chocolate. But once you eat it, you go, now I know why.
And this is your last bar.
That's my last bar. We go through 24 bars, 36 bars a week. It's popular.
We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about the wines and the tasting room side of what you have.
Sounds great.
Welcome back. Did you know that this is the only place in town that sells Quemas by the glass? Cheers.
Cheers, Ann.
This is awesome. So you brought three different options here you wanted to talk about. Tell me why you picked those and describe it.
Well, the first one I had is called Schrader. It's a winemaker in Napa Valley, but the best thing about this is the vineyard it comes from. All wines obviously come from vineyards, but this is a Beckstoffer Tokalan vineyard, which is probably the most sought after vineyard in all of Napa Valley. It's the most expensive vineyard to grow grapes in or buy grapes from. I don't know something about growing them, but a quick little side story. Andy Beckstoffer used to sit at my bar 25 years ago at Kiahuna Plantation, what was it called? It was called Plantation Gardens Restaurant. And he would sit there, and I didn't know who in the hell he was, and I wasn't into wine at the time. And he goes, "Yeah, I grow grapes in California." And the lady next to him pipes up and she goes, "You grow grapes?" And he goes, "Yeah, I'm Andy Beckstoffer." She goes, "Oh, I'm Janet Trefethen of Trefethen Wines." And I'm sitting there going, "Oh my God, what are the odds of that happening?" So it was a good story. But whenever I see or the distributors open up this type of wine for me to buy, it's usually not available in retail stores, only because it's so sought after, and it's what they call an on-premise wine, where they like it just to stay on a wine list in a restaurant. Like a lot of them. A lot of other wineries do that, which I didn't know when I first opened up the shop. I mean, I thought, oh, I can just buy any wine I want, but not so much.
No.
No, it doesn't work that way. A lot of purveyors and the winemakers like their wines in specific places. So
that's why you picked this one?
That's why I picked that, because Schrader is available for retail right now only because of what we had, the pandemic that went on, and restaurants were closed. They weren't buying wine, and they have wine to sell. So they opened it up to retail shops that were still open, and they kind of defined our wine shop as more of a specialty store, which is nice. I'm glad they did that. And
so what is this? What is this retail for?
$345.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a nice gift.
It's a nice gift. It's a great bottle of wine too, and try and get it in a restaurant, it'll cost you over $600.
Wow. So deals over here.
Oh yeah. We always got deals. Now
bubbly.
Bubbly, and this is just for you. The Bubble Princess. Here we go. But now this is called Chateau Leo. Now this is a very interesting French sparkling wine. You can't call it champagne because it's not made in the Champagne region of France. But what I love about this, it's from Provence, which is the polar opposite area where Champagne is. And it is amazing structure of bubbles and flavor, and they just incorporate the right amount of Chardonnay and Pinot Meunier, and it's just great. And the celebratory, I love it. I mean, this is bubbles explains it all. It looks like a bottle
gorgeous.
Opening up and spraying out, and that's what it is. And it's great because it's a $50 bottle of wine, bottle of sparkling wine, and people love it. They come and get it, and when I can get it, I sell a ton of it.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, isn't that nice?
Yeah. And then lastly, you have.
Well, this is, you can't just drink wine all the time. And I brought this bottle out because it's retro. My grandfather used to have Manhattan parties at the house. I mean, when we had our family picnics every Sunday at the house, it was Manhattans. Old Forester, Old Crow, Jim Beam, that's what they used. And when I saw the Old Forester in here, I'm going, oh man, that's old stuff. Why would that be any good? But boy, they've upped their game. This is my favorite out of all of them. It's a 95, it's called a Statesman, and layers of flavor. And right now, bourbons are the hottest liquor on the market right now. Tequila's right there with them, but I'll tell you what, bourbon is what's hot here in the wine shop. I started off with 5 or 6 bourbons. I probably have over 40 now. Even in here, I mean, I counted the bourbon bottles in the tasting room here, and we have 27 bottles of bourbon to choose from here, which I was kind of blown away by. Why do we have so many? But it sells. We sell every one of them. So
well, there's a demand. Nice. There's a demand for that.
There certainly is.
You know how to meet demand. You know how to make people happy. There's one thing that I noticed on this wine glass is these little tiny corkscrew markers here, and that was etched by hand etched by your daughter.
By Megan, yep, my daughter. She's when we first opened up, here's another little story. We got all sorts of stories here. When we first opened up the tasting room, we do 2-ounce pours, 5-ounce pours, and then bottles. You can purchase a bottle. We have over 40 bottles by the glass. So when we first started going, the girls are going, well, how are we going to measure the 2-ounce and 5-ounce? So they started using a jigger. And I said, you can't use a jigger for wine, girls. You gotta, and they go, well, how else are we going to do this? And then Megan came up with the bright idea. Well, if we put a mark on there, well, first of all, we tried to get the manufacturer, the glass company to do it. And they said, oh, it's too low on the glass. It has to be right at the bubble or up above. So we're going, all right, what are we going to do? And Megan says, I'll do a corkscrew and I'll do it by hand. And she did. And
it looks amazing.
She did it great. So when the reason we had to do that also, people were going, oh, that's not a 2-ounce pour. Well, now you know it is. You go up to the thing and there's your 2-ounce pour, there's your 5-ounce pour.
It almost looks like an M.
Yeah.
She put an M on
Yeah, for Megan. She probably did. She probably did. But yeah, that's the little trivia parts of our shop.
Well, it's good to see that customer service, people do want that. They want to be engaged. They want that. You need that touch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
so
that's what we do. Both girls, Danny and Megan, are here every night. I see people if I have to pour water. I'm the water boy. But yeah, it's a family-run operation.
So all hands on deck.
All hands on deck.
Okay.
Definitely. And my wife does everything behind the scenes, and she loves it.
And the other thing is you can get married here too. For $5, they can give you a marriage license, which is awesome. So they can have your celebration, get a marriage license.
I know. Well, like I said earlier, we originally did the marriage license thing in here just to drive business in. Remember, we opened up in 06, so we're sitting there, I think in 08, she started doing marriage licenses. So just get 2 or 3 people in, a month, that's all we need, and maybe they'll buy something. So, gosh, she does almost 150 marriage licenses a month.
Well, I think that's going to increase now.
Ah, man, I hope so. But it's great.
Well, thank you, Dan, for doing the show. Cheers to you.
And thank you so much.
Thank you for watching Where Hawaii Eats. Where Hawaii Eats is brought to you by the Honolulu Star Advertisers Dining Out, Cisco Hawaii, Outrigger Hotels and Resorts, Gather Federal Credit Union, Royal Sonesta Kauai Resort, JN Automotive Group, Kauai Visitors Bureau, and Red Knot Hawaii.